Hello. Welcome to the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Podcast. I'm Abhinandan Sekhri.
I'm Jayashree, Arunachalam. Hello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to all of you. I am in Delhi with a horrible cold because for the last week the air quality index in Delhi was above 400, and this is what it does to you. And
Well, I'm in Chennai where the air quality is better than Delhi's, and so I am fighting fit.
okay.
I feel I must show off about that for a while.
On that encouraging note, I love the color combination yellow and yellow. This is the second time I've seen Jayashree has.
Yes, very poorly planned. I did not set out to do it, but yeah.
But why is this poor planning? I think it's fantastic.
But it's the wall, the glasses, and the shirt, so I think it might be a bit much.
So
But-
that's very 80s.
Yeah,
So
we'll say that.
We're in the retro zone. We'll say that. Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah.
So, the first Awful and Awesome of the year, here I am, as promised to many of you, on your requests. However, I am afraid I haven't watched any of the things that were listed by wonderful producer Priyali. But I will ask probing questions and try to, get some other insights out of Jayashree, who has watched everything and always has very interesting things to say on politics and popular culture. So
You're really
Jayashree,
setting me up to fail. Like, Jayashree will offer insights. I'll ask her some questions. So,
no, but I was just thinking, someone asked me the other day, considering there is such a robust film industry of different languages, there's Kannada, there is Malayalam, there is Tamil.
yeah.
How come there is not a separate OTT for each of these? And it got me thinking, that's a good question.
But there are, right? Like there's Sun Next here. I know in for Malayalam movies, there are 2 or 3 separate ones. Like
Which-
Great Indian Kitchen had launched on a Malayalam OTT, not on Prime or anything first. So,
Okay, and they
There are a
only
few.
cater to that audience.
yeah, like I have a Sun Next subscription. It's predominantly Tamil movies with I think the odd Malayalam movie here and there. So,
So there are.
and it's also got all the Tamil, we're very big on our serials here. I think the way that you also are in the north. So all the serials are on
I
Sun
see.
Next.
Okay, so on that note, let's start off with this much touted Kho Gaye Hum Kahan.
On paper, it sounds interesting. It's supposed to be compared to like Dil Chahta Hai and Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. which
Right.
I hope I pronounced correctly. Basically, it is about 320-somethings living in Bombay, the ups and downs of their love lives, their works, how they navigate the careers, but most importantly, in the time of social media. So I will say I didn't know if I was the target audience. Like I'm a little eye-rolly about most of these things, but yeah, whatever. It sounded interesting in theory. So I spent the first day of this year watching this movie, and what a wretched experience it had been.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
so dull. It was so boring. I'm looking at my notes, which I was like, okay, I'm going to be really diligent. I'll write down like all the interesting things. And my notes are, I don't care what happens. Really upset. Very inauthentic. So
Right.
also, there's a lot of product placement. For example, KFC, Bisleri, and all are thanked in the credits. So, like, casually people will be eating 3 buckets of KFC. So, my note is no one is eating 3 buckets of KFC. Makes no sense. So,
So
that's the
basically, this
surface.
was a project. This was a financial project masquerading as a film.
see, the thing is, it's got very good reviews. So, basically, it's about these 3 people. So, Ananya Pandey plays this marketing executive. She's been in a relationship for like 2 or 3 years. And then her boyfriend suddenly tells her he wants a break. So, what happens is that she sees him posting little flirty comments on Instagram. So she creates a fake account so she can keep track on him. She pretends she's on dates. She sort of stages Instagram stories to make it seem like she's moved on, but actually she's hoping he'll return to her. So like a lot of this is very authentic in that I can see it happening
Yeah,
like with
these
friends.
are the games
I'm,
people play on social media.
yeah, and I'm a millennial, but I think this is something a lot of us will be very familiar with. She Googles quotes on loneliness so she can post them, just to sort of make herself seem more attractive. And he does briefly return, but then he hooks up with her and then leaves again. So the thing is, there are lots of concepts here that could work, but it was done so poorly. Like it's sort of, so I was very uninvested in the outcome, and I'd shanghaied my partner also into watching it. So imagine it's the first day of the year. You're just drearily watching this Adarsh Gaurav get angry. You're watching this Siddhant Chaturvedi get sad, and you're just like, my God, I could not care
And,
less.
and you're
about all
watching
of this.
yourself get frustrated. Does that happen to you sometimes when I'm watching, Netflix or anything on the laptop screen, which is for me still not the optimum or the
Yeah.
optimal viewing experience. And there's a very dark scene, so the screen is dark, and you can see your own reflection. And then if the thing is boring, if what
You're
you're
just
watching is
staring at
boring,
yourself staring.
you look at yourself staring and say, okay, do I look that bored? Does it happen to you ever?
Yeah, but the thing is that I have now reached the stage of my life where if I don't like something, I don't watch it. Like if I'm
Okay.
reading a book and I get bored, I put it down. If I'm watching something and if it's not like hooking me in the first
Right, yeah.
15 or 20 minutes, I'm done. And maybe that's a very unfair like thing to do.
I
But
think it's happening to all of us. It's happening to me. I've said that on the Hafta a few times. Like earlier, no matter how bad or good a book or a film, I would watch it till the end.
Yeah.
Now I abandon things. I think that's also a function of social media because
yeah, attention spans are shorter. Also, I mean, I think we are spoiled for choice. I subscribe to at least 7, I think, streaming platforms, which is a wealth of things. But
that's a lot.
yeah, so if you have so many options, but so I think my anger with this movie is that.
But one important announcement: we have a new NL Sena project. So first of all, thank you all who supported us last year. I'm sure all our subscribers have got the newsletter, which told you about all that we did, all that you did, all that you managed to accomplish. And it's a pretty good list. So I was quite happy that this is what our subscriber funded model has been able to deliver in 2023. The first significant project or a major project of 2024 is a Newslaundry Sena project, the new Ayodhya. If you've been watching legacy media, you would be excused for thinking there's nothing other than preparation for the big Ram temple inauguration that is happening with Mr. Modi inaugurating the airport, inaugurating the new railway station, inaugurating new trains, inaugurating this. Because no one else should inaugurate anything. Nothing. But we will have our wonderful reporters there. Shweta Desai and Basant Kumar will try to answer questions such as what does the national reconstruction mean for the town's thousands of residents? What is the economic and social impact of it? What will the culmination of long-standing struggle of Ram Temple look like when it is actually inaugurated? The inauguration on January 22nd, so our reporters will be there well before that, getting you several stories on the ground, which it is unlikely the legacy media will, because I think they'll only be focusing or they'll be just taking the feed from the BJP and showing you how spectacular Shri Modi looks. So contribute to this NL Sena project so that we can tell you stories. And these are not stories. Reporting is not just, oh, this scam, that scam. Just from the ground, this is what it means for this shopkeeper. This is what it means for this resident. This is what it means for the economy as a whole. So there could be, specific micro stories and macro stories. But we want our reporters to spend significant time there so we can get a good, diverse spectrum of the kind of stories we do. So please support this Sena project. Go to newslaundry.com and click on the Sena project, or just click on the link in the show notes below. One thing I'm not looking forward to and I'm a little disappointed because I was excited in the beginning was the new Frasier season. They're bringing it back. And
Yes.
I saw a few clips on Insta and Kelsey Grammer looks tired and unconvincing and unconvinced of the project himself. It's not coming together. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just little clips I've seen. But after the initial excitement, because it's one of my favorite shows ever,
Yep.
when I saw the little clips, I was a bit high.
Okay, so Frasier is one of my top 3 shows of all time.
Yeah, mine too.
Loved it. It was, for its time also, it was so cleverly written. It was witty. It was everything. And
Brilliantly cast.
So brilliantly cast, and you're so invested. I mean, it was 12 seasons, and it still felt like that wasn't too much. So then when they announced the revival, I was extremely not excited about it, but mostly because they were only bringing back Kelsey Grammer, right? The others all declined, and Martin is dead. So they couldn't bring him back. But also, I feel the problem is that ever since Frasier ended, you've read so much about how Kelsey Grammer is a really annoying man in real life.
Is it? I haven't read about that.
Yeah, I think he went full on Republican, said some not great things. He said how he used to be very jealous of Eddie the dog because Eddie the dog would take up attention and he would get sad. So you're just like, okay, you come away thinking Kelsey Grammer was...
That's how bizarre.
Yeah, so he sounds like a bit of a loser. And then he did a bunch of projects, all of which failed. So then for him, the Frasier comeback was a big thing because it was a chance to, win back his
Right.
audience.
Because I saw him in this film called The Expendables, which I'm certain you haven't watched.
No, I have not.
The Expendables Part Gazillion. It
I think you're the only person to have watched it, except Kelsey Grammer. So
it has Sylvester Stallone. It has Arnie. It has that Jason Statham guy. It has that big guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Terry. I don't know what his real
Terry
life
Crews.
name is. It has pretty much every action hero ever. It has Ivan Drago from Rocky 4. I don't know his real life name, the boxer, Russian boxer from Rocky 4. And it has Kelsey Grammer.
What does Kelsey Grammer have in common with the rest?
None.
Though?
He's actually this guy who runs these underground, bare knuckle fight operations. So Sylvester Stallone has gone to him to get some fresh, tough guys to go on a mission which will end in their deaths. And Kelsey, and I was like, my God, what's he doing in this role? So yeah.
Does he die at the end though? That is the crucial question.
I didn't watch the end of the film. It was too bad even for me. On that note, we will get on to the audio-only version of this podcast. Do send in your feedback, your suggestions, and what you think we should watch and what you should stay away from. If you would like to join us to co-host one of these awful and awesomes, because you are what's the word I'm looking for? A connoisseur of pop culture and high art and cinema and pulp or all of those things. Write into us at podcasts@newslaundry.com. I repeat, podcasts@newslaundry.com. We only entertain the emails and the co-hosting of subscribers. So ensure to subscribe if you do that. Have a fantastic new year, and for the rest of the podcast, join the audio-only version available only for subscribers. Journalism at News Laundry is powered by the public, because when the public pays, the public is served. Visit newslaundry.com/subscription and pick a payment plan of your choice. Pay to keep news free and independent. Your future, and indeed the future of democracy, depends on it.